sometimes we look at things and they look the same. We're like, oh, I've been here before, or I've been down this trail, but it's only because maybe our awareness isn't complete. If we were completely paying attention to every single detail of our surrounding, we realize it's never the same. It's never the same. From the point of view of what's outside, our mind. From the point of view of what's inside our mind, the same holds true. You're a different person every day. It's very tiny, it's very imperceptible, but slowly but surely we're changing, we're evolving, we're growing, and the way you think about something or the way you look at something, it's never the same if you've learned something just prior. And so you can bring new knowledge, you can bring new insights, you can bring new understanding into every single experience. So it may look like the same path visually, but because you've changed, because your mind's changed, then you experience it in a different way. So, that truth holds true to yourself. It also holds true to the environment. And it's beautiful because nothing ever gets boring. Nothing ever gets kind of routine if you're willing to see the difference, if you're willing to be open to the difference. And then life just becomes this kind of never-ending well of just spontaneity and new experience. But I think you have to kind of be aware and ready for that and willing to let it happen instead of, yep, been there, done that. We do it with so many things, and so I think just being more attentive really helps you see that things never quite are the same.
Love the quest. I like the challenge of trying to find a particular bird in a particular environment. It's just like an equation, and I really like to go after that very much. Standing in the subject, you're really part of this environment, and this time of year it's just the ultimate challenge because they're quiet and the leaves are blowing and the leaves are full, and so when you find what you're looking for, when you find like a blue-winged warbler, it's like a party. Well, I think it's a motive. I think that if they know that on this flat piece of paper they're trying to draw on, they're making this immense space that's moving and alive, as opposed to a still life, which is certainly valid teaching tool, but in a landscape, I think they have to wrestle harder in order to capture 50 feet of space and put it on a flat piece of paper. So they're usually overwhelmed, but they like it. Oh! Hi! Got that? Oh, go slow. Go slow, and I think it's all senses that work. I think it's your sense of smell. Sometimes that draws you in first, and then sound, what you're walking on, what you're hearing at a distance. It's motion, light. So I think it's fully engaging.
I think getting to know your natural surroundings can be really helpful for giving you a sense of home and knowing where you are in the world. There's something about going away from your home and seeing some familiar plants or some familiar birds and being able to recall that those organisms from your home. And for me, that has really helped me feel like I have a sense of place. If you want to make the most of your time in the woods, I think one of the best pieces of advice I can give you is to know that if you stay out long enough, you're almost guaranteed to see something that you've never seen before, or maybe see something in a different way than you've ever seen it before. And that's something that's kept me out in the woods for many hours past when I thought I would be back. I think one of the best ways to enhance an outdoor experience is to have a field guide of birds or trees or wildflowers, whatever it is you want to look at that day, because then it gives you a frame of reference of for what you're seeing. It's nice to look at birds just for the sake of seeing them, but it's also sort of more enjoyable to know what you're seeing and to get excited when you see something you've never seen before and to be able to put a name to that organism.